Human capital is one asset Malaysia has plenty to offer. Malaysians are known for their pragmatism, consideration and adaptability within a diverse multiracial society. To global human capital services provider Manpower Business Solutions Limited, MSC Malaysia links them to competent workforce resources relevant to their business needs. What was the deciding factor for Manpower Business Solutions to actually attain MSC Malaysia status as opposed to just investing and setting up a company here in Malaysia?
Just quite recently, over the last 8 weeks, we've talked to a number of our global organisations which are based outside of Malaysia who have come and asked the question, why should we move to Malaysia? What is it about Malaysia? The availability for talent here is second to none, and the investment that the government has made in moving people from maybe not such a knowledge workforce into much more of a knowledge workforce has been staggering, and these are the sort of things that companies that we're talking to are looking for within the geographics that they're looking at transforming their businesses into. We know that the inflation is going to remain stable, not only from wage inflation but also CPI. We know that this is a very stable business economy to come to, and this is really important to the clients we're talking to.
What are the benefits for a company like Manpower Business Solutions with regards to Malaysia and MSC Malaysia status?
We work with 90% of the Fortune 500 companies in Asia Pacific, and our clients have been coming to us and asking for much more tailored solutions in regards to HR capital. In order for us to support them with those solutions in shared service outsourcing and business process outsourcing, which our clients are asking more and more from us now, moving away from just the general ad hoc day-to-day recruitment activities and moving much more up the HR value chain and offering much more technical solutions to our clients.
Venturing into a new industry is never easy. As Asia's preferred ICT hub, MSC Malaysia now looks to expand its portfolio to include the $644 billion global industry of creative multimedia. Having a skilled, creative and innovative knowledge workforce is a great advantage for new players like Codemasters, developer and publisher of world-class video games. So what kind of projects does Codemasters have ongoing at the moment here in Malaysia?
And when we started the business in 2006, we worked on Colin McRae Dirt, which was the first title, the first next-gen title for the company. It was done with our own engine, which is not a small thing. It's not a lot of companies doing next-gen games and there's not a lot of companies having their own engine. So that was quite a feat. What we worked on at the beginning, and because we knew, like we said earlier, this is a new market here, so we started with what Malaysia knew and what it was doing best with MSC Malaysia. It was more on the art side. Bringing in the art side was the first step, the obvious first step, and that's what I had worked also in the past with them.
Do you think that perhaps in the next 5 years since Codemaster has been here, you'll see an influx of perhaps other major companies like Codemasters coming in and actually utilizing the pool of human capital that you've actually brought up to a certain standard, thereby actually creating a gaming industry hub here in Malaysia?
A lot of them will need convincing that the talent pool really exists, and obviously if they see that we are having success here, they'll be more than happy to join in, and see, what's more to offer in the country.
MSC Malaysia has gone all out in packaging the most favourable incentives and advantages to local and foreign investors alike. Well-developed infrastructure, services networks and educated workforce have all ensured lower costs and competitiveness in sourcing and operations. As a result, companies are empowered to become more competent and competitive. MSC Malaysia is in its 10th year. It was started up with directives and goals for the global market as well as the local industries. What were those directives and goals?
10 years ago, our founders of MSC Malaysia sought to build up in one site what was then the world global benchmarks, right, which is Hollywood for creative content. Silicon Valley for the best in IT innovation, and Bangalore for services and IT-enabled services, right? So that was what we planned, and happily, 10 or 11 years down the road, we have been successful in many of these areas. For instance, in shared services, which is Bangalore, we are consistently top ranked in the top 3. Like companies, we got something in the order of 80 or 90 MNCs here. I believe we are now set to roll because we are in on the basement, and we have built up the infrastructure, the policies, and now the talent to ensure that we can take advantage of the opportunities.
What of the evolving services does MSC Malaysia and Malaysia offer that's actually enabling this movement coming in?
The Bill of Guarantee is there. I think it's been branded by many of these CEOs of these companies as something unique in the world. It's something we have not seen anywhere else in the world. It gives you all the best of in terms of cost and in terms of quality. But we have not stayed quiet on that, not resting on our laurels. We have now, based on feedback from the companies, continuously improved that. Indeed, if you've got something specific, something special, we can customize the package for you in terms of what we offer to you.
12 years since MSC Malaysia's inception, it has built a reputation for offering competitive costs, nurturing more talents, and clinching more loyalty among partners. Asia's best-kept secret is increasingly known by the world. AIG, one of the earliest to join MSC Malaysia back in 1998, found not only room for growth but collaborations that have made them stronger. 10 years after MSC Malaysia has been there in collaboration with many multinationals, being pushed by runners like AIG, it's such a huge global company. Why do you think it's still sort of a best-kept secret?
The reason more is in terms of people tend to go where they feel, there's scale and there's volume and there's a need for that. And I think the thing about Malaysia is 10 years is actually not a long time in IT for developing an industry from nothing. I mean, there was a plantation out here and there weren't really any people. So, it's remarkable what Malaysia has achieved in 10 years. And I think this will ramp up very fast now, because what's happening is we didn't have a cost advantage before. India and China were a lot cheaper. What we're seeing now, and that India and China, the wage inflation is going up significantly higher than over here. So the cost differential between the two is now fairly negligible. And the difference is, I think, we certainly have in our company a lot better loyalty. And that talent refreshment, once you have a turnover, in excess of 30%, it's very difficult to manage. And things like what we do, where, it requires a lot of intellectual knowledge, technical knowledge for insurance industry and IT, that's very difficult if those talent pool walks out the door every year, because some of the stuff we do takes 2-3 years to learn how to do properly. Not only just that, you need to understand the AIG world, which is huge, right? And then there's many countries that all operate. So it's a complex environment, and we need to keep the talent, because otherwise it doesn't, it's not going to work for us.
MSC Malaysia gives you the best of all worlds to empower your business. Partner MSC Malaysia, and you'll truly discover a whole new universe of opportunities.